We don't normally release an episode on a Sunday. From time to time, though, we find news that does not respect weekends. The allegations made by KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi that our national police minister is in the pockets of a criminal syndicate are too serious to wait for tomorrow. Last week I asked a question. How did we get here? How does the head of police intelligence get arrested for corruption? And now it looks like that arrest has stirred a hornet's nest. In an unprecedented move, Mkhwanazi has publicly accused Police Minister Senzo Mchunu of working with and being in the pockets of a Gauteng-based criminal syndicate. Mkhwanazi has accused Mchunu of interfering in and stopping an investigation into a drug cartel. Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe Talks Politics. I am your host, Joseph Musia. Let's get right into it. President Cyril Ramaphosa gave up a trip to Spain last week because he expected the DA to announce it was leaving the GNU. He probably kicked himself when that party's announcement proved to be nothing more than a chihuahua's bark. This morning, though, he woke up in Rio de Janeiro to even worse news. Allegations that your police minister is working with criminal syndicates surely don't go well with Brazilian coffee. Mkhwanazi outlines how, on the back of huge successes in KwaZulu-Natal and elsewhere, he had received a request from Gauteng for assistance as their efforts were being undermined from internally.
In the year 2024, a request was received from Gauteng Organized Crime Investigating Unit to assist with the investigation to dismantle the organized crime syndicate that was operating in Gauteng, that was controlled in Gauteng but operating in the rest of the country and in neighboring countries. I, as the Provincial Commissioner, took a decision to deploy 10 members from this political killings task team to go and support this organized crime unit in Gauteng. I can tell South Africans that this decision was a cause for the disbandment letter of this team, because they overstepped their mandate of only focusing in KZN. They went to support Gauteng Organized Crime Unit with the dismantling of a criminal syndicate. And I can confirm before the South Africans today that the investigation which these members were involved with in Gauteng has unmasked the syndicate. And this syndicate involves, amongst others, politicians who are currently serving in Parliament. The law enforcement officers include the members of the South African Police Service, the Metro Police, and correctional services. They include prosecutors in Gauteng province, the judiciary, and all these are controlled by the drug cartel as well as business people in that province of Gauteng.
According to Mkhwanazi, there is a brown Mkhotsi from the Northwest Province who is not a member of the South African Police Service but is a close associate of Minister Mchunu. This individual, Mkhwanazi says, had sent him several messages that showed he had intimate knowledge of sensitive police operations. He seemed to know the movements of Minister Mchunu and could even tell Mkhwanazi where exactly the minister was at a specific time. Mkhwanazi then raised the issue of this individual when he appeared in Parliament earlier this year in the presence of the minister. Listen to Minister Mchunu's response on the 5th of March.
I think a week and a half ago, I got somebody insisting that there's somebody who's going around saying he works with me wherever I am, he is there. And I said, show me the face And it got to a point where he showed me the face, and I told him, I don't know this person. And a week before, there was another person, Mkhwanazi, who said is my younger brother. My younger brother died in 2005, and I don't have any other. And so when the person says so, you really, so I think we must be very circumspect when people come to us and say, I must be an associate of this and that. I'm no associate to the person that General Mkhwanazi is referring to.
Despite this denial, Mkhwanazi says evidence has been uncovered about how Brown Mkhwanazi and senior police officials are working hand in hand with criminals.
On the 31st of December 2024, the Minister of Police, Mr. Senzo Mchunu, issues a letter to disband the political killings task team and to suspend the filling of vacancies within crime intelligence. In January, February, and April this year, the Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection, Lieutenant General Sibiya, issued written instructions withdrawing all these cases from the task team to his office. On the 14th of May this year, 2025, the task team arrested Vusi Muzi, who is also known as Cat Nhlanhla, for an attempted murder ×3. I must highlight that this Mr. Vusi Muzi Cat Nhlanhla is an individual who was awarded a police contract of over 360 million rand in 2024. An analysis was conducted on electronic communication of this arrested person. This analysis reveals communication between the arrested Vusi Muzi at Cat Nhlanhla, Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi, an associate of the Minister of Police, as well as the Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu. On the 1st of January, the letter is issued on the 31st. On the 1st of January, 2025, Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi sends a WhatsApp to Vusi Muzi Cat Nhlanhla, and it reads as follows, I quote, "I have arranged a meeting for Sibiya and the minister. They must have a solution." And it follows another message. "The task team that came to your house and harassed you have been dissolved. They got the letter on Monday. As we speak, they are bringing all docket to Sibiya." This letter is issued on the 31st of December 2024. This communication is on the very next day, the 1st of January 2025, where it says the dockets have been called and have been sent to Sibiya. Yes, we know the dockets only were sent to Sibiya in March this year. Further analysis of the chats indicates that Vusi Muzi Cat Nhlanhla is financially supporting the Minister of Police and Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi's political endeavors. This is supported by the evidence of conversation and the proof of payments of guests for January 8 traveling cost and the Ghana dinner in Cape Town, which was done in 2025. The proof of payment, we have it, as I said, we're going to share with you, where Mr. Nhlanhla is sending this proof of payment to Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi. On the 2nd of January 2025, at about 10:05 in the morning, Vusi Muzi Cat Nhlanhla receives a copy of the letter of the disbandment of the political killings task team from Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi, who is an associate with the Minister of Police. I pause to remind you that this is the very same Brown Mkhwanazi that the Minister of Police had denied in Parliament and later confirmed to be his comrade but not involved with police matters. But he's sending this communication.
If the allegations made by Mkhwanazi are true, we are in a worse situation than I thought when I heard of the arrest of senior intelligence officers last week. The uniform that Mkhwanazi was wearing at this media briefing is not worn by just anyone. As a former member and commander of the Special Task Force, he is a highly qualified and decorated police officer. He is also extremely popular, not just in KwaZulu-Natal, where he has adopted a no-nonsense approach to policing, but nationwide as well.
I, fortunately, am a citizen in this country. My families are spread across different provinces. So it is my duty and the fellow police officers to protect them. So I'm not going to surrender their freedom. I'm not going to surrender their safety to anyone. So I will die for this badge. I will die for them. So I will fight this fight until the end. Wherever the end is, we will fight. We're not going to stop. We've got family members, brothers and sisters, we've got children that are exposed to drugs. This drug cartel, which includes a group in Gauteng that's operating in Gauteng as their headquarters, are importing these drugs from abroad, South America in the main, through this port of Durban, amongst others, to Gauteng, and they process them in Gauteng, and from there they distribute this drug all over in the country as well as other countries. We've been involved with a lot of shooting incidents in KZN, especially at Nhlanhla. As we're engaging with these youngsters, we're doing analysis, and we're realizing, yes, they might be ill-disciplined kids, but their behavior is encouraged by the substance that they take. It gives them courage to kill, it gives them courage to rape, it gives them courage to murder. And if we take away this substance, they will become good citizens. They will become good kids. So therefore, we need to get rid of drugs. Now, we understand when we fight with the drug cartels that have controlled police generals, have controlled prosecution and judiciary, it's not going to be a small game. So unfortunately, some of us have to sacrifice. We've reached a stage where we are sacrificing.
Where drug cartels are involved, it is never just about narcotics. It is always accompanied by various other ills that include murder, kidnapping, human trafficking, gun running, money laundering, and prostitution, among others. So President Ramaphosa has a tricky task ahead of him.
This is a matter of grave national security concern that is receiving the highest priority attention. It is vital that the integrity of the country's security services is safeguarded and that the rule of law is affirmed. President Ramaphosa calls on all parties to this matter to exercise discipline and restraint. The trading of accusations and counter-accusations threatens to undermine public confidence and sow confusion. Furthermore, these actions are damaging to the unity and focus of the police.
That's all I have to say on this matter, but I will definitely do my best to bring you more developments as they occur. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this episode. And if you are not yet a subscriber, please consider doing so. See you in the next episode.